You know what, everyone? Today I feel really grumpy about workplace culture. So we're gonna do r/LinkedIn lunatics today. But James Chicago S. The Reddit names are hard to read. Healthcare equals slavery? Okay, well, Bill Fringman from MBA says 100, so it must be true. Healthcare is a human right. Medicare for all. Oh, it's the AI thing. To say something is a human right is to mean that you're entitled to it. Healthcare is a service provided by others, which means you believe you're entitled to other people working for you. That's slavery. No, you fool. It is true that to say something is a human right means that you as a human are entitled to it. Yes, that is true. Just like we're entitled to have access to things like food, to access to things like a break instead of working from dusk till dawn every day of the year. These are all things we should in fact have access to. And yes, people do need to work for it, but as a society we need to pay that forward. A 3-year-old cannot make enough in order to feed themselves. That's just not how it works. Someone who is sick is someone who needs health care. The real challenge is figuring out how to balance it out where enough people make enough that we can pay it forward. Benjamin Unbutton. Bro is on a mission to determine which AI model is better at making images of hot yoga girls. Oh gosh, one look at his face and I believe it. Ex-Snowflake Maestro, wow. Oh, I hope I'm wrong about what that's supposed to mean. Google DeepMind's Nano Banana left versus OpenAI ChatGPT images on the right. Okay. I mean, I'll indulge in this. On the left, it looks actually fairly realistic. And that's a little bit horrifying, if I'm being honest here. I think that would be a lot better for stuff like advertising, if that's the goal. Well, ChatGPT's looks a lot more, how do I put it? A lot more like it's made for an ad, very romanticized. This is a weird way of testing it. It is. This is weird. Especially when you realize they both have a very similar looking water bottle. Did you have to specify that? Or did you use like an actual photo of a person for this? Both options are weird. Owl Puncher, lamb to a new guardian. Oh, this sounds like it'll be religious. I've heard a lot of religious language of that. Jesse to dance. Wait, most employers don't lose money on ... Oh, the lion does not lose sleep worrying about the sheep. Most employers don't lose money on caring about their employees. I assume. A little over 1 year ago, we gave this precious lamb to a new guardian. Wasn't she glowing? What a day! Oh, that's... wow, either she's really short or you're really tall. Or she's really young. Oh, please tell me you did not do a child bride. Oh, P.S. So, yeah, I might have touched up the picture with AI just a smidge. There's a slight chance I'm not exactly 6 foot tall with 290 pounds of solid muscle wearing a rolled up medium stretchy shirt-ish. Huh. Something about the whole lamb to a new guardian thing is just kind of gross in its own right to me, honestly. Like, even if we just ignore that you used AI to make yourself look better, which honestly, I don't blame people for doing. It's not all that different from the whole using filters, just, burning the environment in the process, but whatever. Most people don't think about it anyway, so who cares? The wording on this alone is weird, though. It's weird how many of these have AI involved. Beth's prompt. What will we do with our lives if we don't spend it working? Oh, yeah, that, again, on brand, but also ew. Formerly partner at NEA, early stage investor in category creating? What the frick does that even mean? Vanessa Largo, what is your job? LinkedIn's weird. There's a strange contradiction at the heart of tech right now. Everyone's building AI to free people from tedious work. But when you ask what people should do with that freedom, the answers are vague. Yeah, because it's not our job to police you on what you do with your free time. No, really, look, I might not be big on AI, but at the same time, oh, I have a vacation? Well, what should I do? No, that's not a question I ask an employer, you know? They talk about creative work, strategic thinking, the stuff that really matters. I keep having this conversation with founders, engineers, and people deep in the AI world. And the more I dig, the more I realize that none of them have a clear answer for what we're supposed to do with all of our time yet. And these are people who think about AI more than anyone. Work isn't just labor for knowledge workers. It's their identity. It's how they structure their lives. How we measure progress and complete and feel useful. As someone who retired or between jobs, losing work becomes about losing a sense of self, just as much as losing a source of income. That's depressing. Also, people being between jobs, often the problem is that they don't know what they're going to do in order to take care of themselves. People are retired when they have this complaint, it's usually because they did nothing but work, and now they have nothing left to go to. Both very sad things. But when we talk about AI freeing us from work, it's worth asking, free to do what exactly? More time with family? That sounds wonderful. Creative pursuits? Sounds great. Leisure? Sure, why not? Sounds good. And what happens to ambition, to competition, to the systems our economy is built on, and capitalism? Capitalism. I don't think AI is going to break capitalism. That's not really... I mean, I guess you could use some form of AI in order to replace it if you wanted to, but like... I feel like that's a different conversation. What happened to ambition? Well, be ambitious for things you actually care about. And competition? There's still plenty of competition. What are you on about? We compete all kinds of stuff. I don't think the people building this are being careless. They are. I think they're genuinely optimistic that we'll figure it out. Humanity usually does. Okay, with this specific issue, I don't think they're being careless. I think a lot of the people utilizing AI for everything is being careless in its own right, because nobody bothers to vet this stuff until you call them out for it. But it's a big question to leave unanswered while the technology races ahead. Building AI is important work, but maybe building a vision or what comes after is even more important. This is the type of thing you need to look inwards to talk about. This is not a looking outwards at the world thing. This is a you need to look inwards and decide for yourself, what would you do without work? Like if the problem is that you lose your income, that's not our problem. That's an actually really big issue, and I feel very bad for people who have to deal with that. But if your main issue is that you just have too much free time, that's something you gotta look inwards to decide what to use it on. There isn't always a good answer, but it's definitely a personal question, not something the people building AI should be answering. Not only should it not be their responsibility, it shouldn't be their business. Customer Ram. We had 3 calls. You know my dog's name. I know your coffee order. We were vibing. Then absolute silence. I'm refreshing my inbox. Nothing but spam. Even though we had agreed upon the next steps. Is this a date? Oh, poor bro got ghosted on a date, didn't he? Oh, they cut off the name. I don't know who is saying it. They have cut off on the neck. It feels like I'm looking at those old cartoons where the parents would always be cut off by the camera. We had 3 calls. You know my dog's name. I know your coffee orders. We were vibing. Then absolute silence. I'm refreshing my inbox. Nothing but spam. Even though we had agreed upon the next steps. Look, I'm an account executive. I eat rejection for breakfast. Nom nom nom. You can tell me no. You can tell me it's too expensive. You can tell me worst sales approach ever. Showcase no value to me or my business. I won't melt. But here is the funny part. I buy stuff too. One day I might be looking at your company and product. I might be the one holding the credit card. You represent the logo on your fleece vest. And right now, you're diminishing your whole brand reputation. Ghosting is for bad dates on Hinge, not for business. Just hit reply, break up with me, just send the no. It doesn't burn a bridge, it actually builds one for when the tables turn. Definitely. Maybe. I can barely see the title Enterprise Account Executive, Upper Mid-Market and Energy, I think. So maybe this is like clean energy that they're doing. I don't know what they're trying to sell. What I do know is that it sounds more like you think you were dating this person than making a deal with them. No, ghosting is for business when you don't want to buy something. That's fine. That is understandable. You are way too invested in this person, I think. I'm more annoyed that I don't know what it is that they were trying to buy from you. Henko, would you like to travel with this guy? Christian D, independent product design builder, I'm assuming. Am I the only one who visits company headquarters and tech offices while on holiday? During my Christmas break, I visited the Google headquarters in Zurich. That's probably being pronounced wrong. As a designer, this felt strangely natural. I grew up in a time where we used to say search instead of Google it. From a browser to a tech giant to an AI leader. Oh no, I don't like that part. Its evolution has shaped an entire generation of designers. I spent my time walking around observing and talking to people about their work and their experience there. I probably asked too many questions, but the openness and thoughtfulness of everyone really stood out. Honestly, I know that a lot of people see this as you're obsessed with your work, you can't stop. If you couldn't normally go there and you were only there because you were traveling or whatnot, which based off the way this is described, I'm going to say yes, all the power to you. If you're passionate about this or you find the company very interesting, which from your description, you found this very interesting, all the power to you. This is great. Yes, pursue your passions. I know we like laughing at people for being obsessed with work on r/LinkedIn Lunatics, but in this particular case, I'd say, yeah, sure. If this is something that really means that much to you, have fun with it. And if you don't even like it and are doing this anyway because you feel like you can never stop and you need to get that extra edge, then that's incredibly depressing and you need help. Because you are actively on vacation and burning it for yourself. I don't know enough about your life to tell which it was which, but I'm gonna be optimistic for this one. Crazy equipment. Reddit is aware. Reddit Incorporated. I don't know if this is the real account and I refuse to go on LinkedIn to find out. Nobody will remember your salary, how busy you were, how many hours you worked. People will remember the time your post was screenshot and shared on r/LinkedIn Lunatics. That's not wrong, is it? Whoops. I will personally make sure these posts live in infamy. Well, that was awful. I hope you all enjoyed watching this disaster. And with that said, I wish you all an absolutely fantastic life, you wonderful beings.